Direct marketers say that sales are more important than branding, that branding means having more sales than the other guy. Branding people say it's about standing out so that you'll make more sales. Oh, that's why God gave us hats. But if making more sales is all it takes to make you stand out, or if standing out is all it takes to make more sales, why don't either of those approaches work for the great majority of consultants and service providers? Today on The Visible Authority, why you don't need to focus on either of those things in order to get both of them. Let's start with a simple question. What makes you the obvious choice? Not the best choice, not the smartest choice, not the most or least expensive choice. I mean the obvious choice, the one that requires no thought. If you knew that, would you ever again in your life be worried about making more sales? Would you ever spend another minute figuring out a new way to make yourself stand out? Of course not. And yet we've been taught to worry about those things. The problem is, when all you can do is compete on price, location, features, benefits, or your cool hat, life is a crapshoot. There will always be someone with a cheaper price, softer dental floss, a closer location, or a cooler hat. And once you realize this, it's not long before you're reading books on persuasion and watching videos on objection handling, which means giving up on your own genius and just trying to bend someone else's will to yours. Well, Steve, that's just the way of the world. It's how to get ahead. No guts, no glory. You can't fight City Hall. Made me a rich man. And that's the whole point of a business. The rest is unicorn farts. Okay, on one level, that's true. If you're a great competitor, you can run the ball down the field and destroy your competition on the way to the end zone. But up a level, we find that different laws apply. That subtler forms of energy can have even bigger results than face-to-face encounters. That a hands-off sales path can be engineered all the way from complete stranger to signing on the proverbial dotted line, because every step has become obvious to that person. There's no resistance because there's no pressure. Just insight on top of help, on top of value. And when it comes time for them to work with you, the first time you may even find out is when they sign up for their first meeting. So what creates a situation like that? You do. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Even when you understand how what you do intersects with the self-interest of another, you're only halfway there. You're still down in the features, benefits, location, and hat territory. However, there's also a higher, more meaningful landscape of self-interest, which looks a lot like beliefs, attitudes, and values. And those win over features and benefits all day long. What you do might be frightfully similar to what someone else does, especially if you're in an industry where licenses are involved. So everyone has to perform at the same level or else. But it's only who you are here that can touch someone's self-interested desire to be understood, accepted, to be part of something bigger, where the two of you seem to share important ideas about life itself. That isn't marketing. That's just honesty, openness, and vulnerability. In other words, say if you're a dentist, how you see the world is ultimately more important than how comfortable is your dental floss. If you're a consultant, the ideals most important to you will resonate more deeply with a potential client than whether you have a 30-day guarantee or a golden moon tea in the lobby. And when one choice after another on the buyer's path is so easy, each choice leading so naturally to the next, is it really magic when they realize you're the obvious choice and maybe have been all along? If you'd like to know how to do this, I have 3 specific resources that will act as your guide. They take you from before you write the video, through a template for scripting, and one more for structuring the video for greater engagement. The first helps you conceive the video to match up your values with those of your audience. It's called the Thought Bridge, and it will help put your video in a context that will be most meaningful to your best potential clients. Don't even start a video without it. The second is called the First 20 Seconds. It will give you a template to structure your script to set you up as a visible authority. And finally, there's The Art of Storytelling, a brief guide to transforming your general subject into a compelling story that explains, illustrates, demonstrates, and moves others to action. Truly, your stories will become your dream team. And all of these guides are free. Remember, if you let people know what's important to you, a subset of those people will hear you and want to know more about how someone just like them came to be someone like you. I'm not saying this is easy. I've just found it more empowering to figure out how to get a certain someone to a certain result than to figure out how to destroy the competition. That might work in the short term, but destruction is just not the way I want to measure success. However, if you're looking to appeal to someone's true self-interest, isn't the obvious choice to be looking in the same direction? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on The Visible Authority.